everybody? It is Jayden and Davis coming back at you guys with the M3 podcast. Today we've got a little bit of a shorter episode for you guys. We're going to be going into the gaming corner. Not too much to talk about there. We're going to be talking about some Netflix release dates, including the Witcher series. So
Nice.
that's exciting, as well as some other ones that I really don't know, but some people may be excited about. And Davis wants to talk about the Jay and Silent Bob Road show that's coming to Edmonton.
Because if for you people that may not know, which you should, I've talked about it many times. I am a Kevin Smith fan. I've liked I like all his movies. I like his style, so I'm definitely stoked for this.
There you go. Davis invited me along. I have to check my schedule. I still have to watch the first Jay and Silent Bob. But let's get right into it. So the first thing that we have to talk about is there's a guy whose name is his gamer tag's name is Seiko. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not 100% sure. But basically what he's done is he was caught during a Hearthstone Pro match. He was caught playing, I think it was Teamfight Tactics or something else as well. Some auto chess game at the same time during this giant esports tournament because he was trying to qualify for $1 million auto chess tournament at the same time this Hearthstone tournament was going off. So, yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous.
That's funny. He's good enough to focus on 2 games at once.
Yeah, apparently he's good enough to focus on 2 games at once, but everyone's pissed off about this. They're like, this one person tweeted, "How are we supposed to take GM seriously when even the players in it don't?" Oh god, I opened the tweet. Honestly, you can see Seiko is doing something else during his match, and it's so frustrating to watch. Fuck this.
Yeah, I guess if as a viewer you're definitely distracted and you want the player to be focused on the one game.
Yeah, exactly, right? You don't want him playing 2 different things. Like, imagine I was streaming and I was playing Minecraft on this computer, but I was also playing Hearthstone over here for no discernible reason other than the fact that I just wanted to. That would be kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be annoying.
It would be cool to see both of those games at the same time. Like, you have Minecraft on one side of the screen, Hearthstone on another, but that's something to experiment with a little bit down the future. But anyways, I don't really see what the big deal with this is about, but I honestly see the big deal with this as you should be focusing on one thing instead of the other one. You need to make some sort of commitment instead of trying to stealthily do both. But
yeah, exactly. If you're good enough to do both, you might as well. But it's annoying as the viewer, basically.
Yeah, there you go. So, oh well. Hopefully this guy learned. I don't think he really got too much of a punishment.
Well, there shouldn't even. It's not illegal to play 2 games at once. If you're good enough to play 2 games at once, then play 2 games at once.
Yeah. Well, apparently the esports head for Hearthstone responded by saying Seiko had told the higher ups that he was participating in the tournament, but it was expected that he was going to play around the Hearthstone schedule, not during the Hearthstone schedule. So I feel like he posted a Twit Longer post apologizing for everything, but yeah,
it's not the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world. It's not a big deal. Honestly, I don't even know if he won either one of those tournaments, like the qualifiers or the Grandmasters, but we'll see how that goes. But anyways, that's just that. So we have the next one, which is kind of ridiculous. Streamers banned for CHUN-LI cosplay shows everything that's wrong with Twitch. That's what the article says. So,
is it more clickbaity stuff?
It's not really clickbaity. So this female streamer was dressed up as Chun-Li from Street Fighter.
Street Fighter, yeah.
So she was dressed up as Chun-Li from Street Fighter. She was streaming, and apparently she got banned for it. The reason being sharing or engaging in sexually suggestive content or activities. So
yeah, I could see it because a lot of cosplay of that cleavagey.
Exactly. So she got banned for it, and according to her, apparently it was a bunch of people who just targeted her for hate. She shouldn't be getting banned for it because a bunch of people are just saying, yeah, let's just target her because she's a quote unquote thought. That's what she's saying.
Oh.
But I can see the ridiculousness of it. I can see a very, 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 very slight side of Twitch, which is, Yes, okay, she has her entire fucking legs out, but who cares? It's a
It's
fucking
not like this
cosplay.
is the Middle East.
Yeah, exactly. This
Yeah,
is a
it's not
fucking
actual like porn or anything.
yeah, exactly. And it's a cosplay. It's a video game character, something you
Yeah,
broadcast on your site.
yeah,
Like
which
you,
makes sense for Twitch. Like,
exactly. You broadcast like Bayonetta. You broadcast like anime beach volleyball and bikinis and stuff like that. Like you
yeah,
broadcast all this shit, but you're gonna hate on someone just because it's in real life and they're cosplaying someone. Like get the
yeah,
fuck out of
exactly.
here. Doesn't make
That's the love of cosplays. People like to dress up. So, like, if it was a shirtless guy wearing World of Warcraft armor, for example, then he wouldn't get in shit. But
yeah.
because it's a woman that might be showing a little bit of cleavage or something because it's part of the cosplay, then she's getting people are like getting upset about it.
Well, it's yeah. Twitch has had a really rough go in the past like few months with banning people for doing stupid stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
there was one guy, he said the N word, but he didn't say it with an R. Yeah, it was like a very soft N word. He
Oh,
got
okay, yeah,
instantly banned for 30 days. Meanwhile,
yeah.
a chick like takes vodka and spits it in a cat's mouth. No complaints there. No
Yeah,
complaints
yeah.
there. Like it, like
To
this
hear the
girl.
rest of that story, go back to the previous podcast that we discussed it on.
Yeah, exactly. Go back, watch all the podcasts. But anyways,
Yeah,
some of these are just fucking stupid. Like, why are you banning this girl for making a completely accurate cosplay, mind you, and broadcasting it instead of the girls that just have their entire boobs hanging out? They have their
yeah,
just entire cleavage. There was literally a girl whose name was Casey Tron. She made a video or she streamed by having her tits out, and her name was the Pornhub colors and stuff like that. Same logo, same everything. It just said
yeah.
Casey Tron on it. Like,
Mhm.
really? You're gonna let that slide? But then again, it's all for humor. Like, I can understand the Pornhub name and stuff like that. She's using that to, get views and stuff
Draw
like that.
attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
And then once she draws in the attention, she is very funny. She is a very funny like individual because her brand is based off receiving hate. So if she gets a ton of hate, she gets people like saying, "Oh, you fucking sucker! You're so stupid! I hate you! You're a piece of shit!" Like that's what she thrives off of. She will get donations just for people to yell at her, because
That's funny.
she plays a game terribly on purpose, mind you,
Mhm.
on purpose. I'm pretty sure on purpose, and she just like is where she's like not she's just showing cleavage and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But there's like even worse streamers. I remember there was a girl like a few years ago who accidentally showed her vagina on stream.
What the fuck?
She got banned for it and stuff like that. She was like really digging into the like sexually suggestive stuff. It was
Mhm.
basically like she wore tights and like thongs that you could see through her pants and stuff like that, and like no bra and like really loose shirts and shit like that. It's like it was just
Mhm.
giant clickbait. So yeah. Long story short, fuck you Twitch, unban her. She made a cosplay. Go ban fucking vodka cat lady.
Hence why some people are starting to jump over to what's the other servers there that Ninja's on now?
Mixer.
Yeah. So there's probably not they're probably not as crazy with rules and regulations as like because Twitch probably has like a lot of like hierarchy now because it's been going on for years, right?
Mhm.
So there's probably a lot of like board members being like no, and so they're just getting in. So like the board members are telling them they have to do it, so they just kind of have to do it.
It's
right?
more just like a money thing as well, because
Yeah.
it's like this person is bringing us a ton of money because people are giving her bits, people are subscribing to her. Like, if they weren't making money off of it, they'd probably ditch her right on the spot.
Mhm.
But considering she's still making a decent amount of money and she's bringing a lot of attention to the platform, like, why would you bother banning her? Why would you bother doing anything? So
Rules and regulations. I don't know.
exactly, right? So there you go. Let's move on to a more fun topic because we're now
Sweet.
going to get into the fun stuff. We only have really one other topic for the gaming corner, and that really does it for us. It's
Oh.
really not much.
Really short
Uh,
one. Cool.
Yeah, it was not too much. So this one I thought you would like this. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Director explains why Goku or Iron Man will never be in the game. So sorry, Davis, you will never see Iron Man
Well,
or
they're
Goku.
neither. Well, Sony. Okay, Goku is confused. Like, do they already have non Nintendo characters in Smash?
Yep.
Okay, so
Banjo-Kazooie.
then that gets rid of my explanation. But
Yeah, Banjo-Kazooie
Okay.
is a rare character. Joker is an Atlas character.
Mm.
Um, Snake
Oh,
is
and I guess
Konami
they have Sonic too, right?
and
And stuff like
Sonic.
that. So yeah,
Pac-Man. Yeah, they've got Sega.
Pac-Man is in Smash.
Yeah, Pac-Man's in Smash, dude. It's
It's
really
been
weird.
too. I have. Yeah,
He throws a fucking
it's been too
fire
long since I've
hydrant.
played.
He throws a
Yeah,
fire
that's
hydrant.
funny.
Dude, go find Earl. Go find Earl at school at some point and just be like,
Yeah,
yo, let's play
I
the
saw him
Switch.
today.
There you go. Just go play the
Um,
Switch. But
no, I didn't know that, but
yeah.
I'm gonna try to give a general explanation and then tell me if I'm even close.
Okay, go for it.
Goku, even though okay, because his anime is too violent. It has to do. There's like in the original Japanese. There's like um, blood and like people get like the bodies kind of blown in half sometimes.
Hmm.
And Iron Man because Sony and Disney and Marvel they can't play nice together to give Nintendo the rights to him as a character
No, not at all.
for neither of them.
Neither of them. Not.
Oh,
It was a very simple. I'll give you like I'll give you an applause for that because you were kind of like if it wasn't for this reason, yeah, you probably were gonna be on the right track. Like Goku is
yeah.
absolutely insane and stuff like that. It's actually very simple. They aren't video
Okay.
game characters.
Oh,
Yeah, they're like Iron Man is from the movies and comic books. Goku is from manga and anime. Like
yeah.
they are not specifically video game characters. Sure, they have video games and they've starred in video games.
They didn't originate from video games.
Exactly, right? Like
Ah,
when you
makes
look,
sense.
yeah, exactly. So that's why that they're not going to be in the game. So unfortunately, sorry, no Iron Man, no Captain America, which would be cool. Imagine
Oh,
seeing Captain America and that shit.
yeah, that'd be. But then you'd have to pick so many. Like, there's already like Marvel vs. Capcom. There's different fighting games that evolve, that
Hmm.
revolve around the Marvel characters, and there are Dragon Ball Z fighting games. So
Hmm.
if you really wanted to do it, you just have to go to those specific games.
Yeah, exactly, right. All right. That's gonna really do it for the gaming
But
corner for this week. There really wasn't that much. I mean, there was. Oh yeah. Before we move on, so on stream, I played a little bit of Borderlands 3. I played Borderlands 3 the hour it came out.
yeah, right.
So,
Yeah, we're talking.
yeah, it came out 10 p.m.
Mhm.
on two. No, one was I can't even fucking remember.
It would have been Sunday night, I think, or
Nope,
Monday.
Thursday. Thursday.
There's. Oh, it's okay.
Yeah. So I remember I was playing soccer and then with my buddies, and they were like, "Okay, let's get home for 8 because someone said it was going to be available at 9 p.m." But apparently
Mhm.
that was for PC owners only because my best friend went into his brother's room who bought it on PC and he was playing it at 9 p.m.
Ah.
and we're like, "This is bullshit." So we had 5 or 6 of us in a party, all ready to go. Everything was downloaded, and as soon as 10 p.m. hit, I hit the stream button. I went live, and I was spamming the A button, like, "Get me into the game, please! Come on, come on!" I had the game crash
Yeah, yeah,
three
yeah.
times before it actually started. I
Well,
was,
it's because you're not the only person. It kind of, you know,
yeah, yeah,
there's probably thousands of people doing the exact same thing, clicking like trying to enter raid as at raid at launch. So their servers were
yeah,
probably like, oh shit.
yeah. But it's more just a fact on the game, not really the online service, because I couldn't even get into the game itself. I was
Yeah,
like,
but no, that's what I mean. It's still just having it downloaded. It's just it
yeah,
took a couple tries, which
yeah,
it's kind of frustrating, especially as a streamer like you. But
hmm,
if you think about it logically, it's yeah, it probably
yeah. But then
makes
even
sense.
when we got into the game, we were having issues. There was like huge frame losses, huge lag,
Mm,
some disconnects. Like there was a bunch of stuff going on that I just couldn't understand. I was like, how is this company? How are these two amazing companies not able to rectify these problems right away? Then again, it's really hard to think about this on a large scale because when they test it, they don't test it with 3 billion players around the world playing at the same time.
yeah,
They test it with
exactly.
like 500 players simultaneously at most in a few
Mhm.
different countries, and that's just wild speculation for me. It could just be
Yeah,
4 guys sitting in the same office playing together. And
yeah, exactly.
even playing single player, the game has some issues. Like there's frame rates, the menus don't open as smoothly, the fast travel in this game is fucking garbage sometimes. Like
Mm.
they added a lot
Has
to make the game cooler.
has it been fixed since then?
I think they came out with a day one patch. It didn't really do
Mhm.
too much from what I noticed. Some of the freeze frames stopped as often, but it was still pretty. It was still. It's not unplayable, but it's annoying. That's all I'll
Oh,
say.
okay.
But the game
Yeah,
itself,
just give it a couple, give it like a week, and it should be able to be up to date.
hmm the game itself, holy shit, this game is amazing. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you get to see like a ton of the old characters from the older games. Your characters, all of them have their like unique abilities and they're sick. My character, I picked Flack the Beastmaster. Um, like they are so cool.
Hmm.
You can choose from like three beasts and like three different signature abilities. You go down these trees and you pick all of this stuff. All of the guns in this game have their own like unique style. Like Jacob's guns are single action guns, but they do a shit ton of damage.
Hmm.
Elemental guns take on new effects and stuff like that. It's just an amazing game and I love it so far. I'm at level 28 and I'm gonna play some in a little bit once the podcast actually starts exporting. I'm gonna play that a little
Yeah.
bit before my buddy comes home. We're gonna be streaming Minecraft. But
Awesome.
so far, I would give Borderlands 3 an 8 out of 10. It's definitely not Borderlands 2 level where everything is perfect because
Hmm.
it's not. Like there are some awesome features in the game where if I open a box, I don't have to like rapidly tap X or hold X to bring everything in. It's just I stand next to it, I open the box, and everything just gets sucked into me what I can.
That's cool.
All of that stuff. It's so cool. It's an amazing game. I would recommend it once like the things get boxed out or like punched out. So like
Hmm.
all the lag issues get fixed, all of the single player issues get fixed because there are a few game breaking bugs. Like we couldn't get farther in this mission until like 5 minutes later after I threw a grenade at her, and it's like, oh okay, now I decided to work.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but
there's a few things that still didn't quite work right at
mhm.
launch, which
I
is
would
kind of yeah.
Yeah, I would say if you're a fan of the other Borderlands, you're gonna like this one. If you haven't played a Borderlands game, I'd say start at Borderlands 2. That's my personal favorite game and the one I love the most. Borderlands 1 is a little bit outdated compared to some of the other older games. It doesn't even have a proper fucking minimap, the older one. It's like a
Mm.
ring and you have to kind of just like use and you're moving around like this to try to find your objective. Um, but other than that, I'd say start with Borderlands 2, then move on to Borderlands 3. I might play Borderlands 1 at some point, but that's my personal take on it.
Hmm.
That's
Fair
that.
enough.
There
Sounds fun.
It's a good time. All right, let's move on to Netflix, shall we?
Netflix and chill.
Netflix and chill, exactly. So, Netflix posted a tweet. This article's from 6 days ago, so I'm gonna try and translate it as best as I can,
Hmm.
just in terms of days. So I'm gonna pop up the list right now. So it's the tweet says the wait is almost over. So many nights sleep for these titles. Marianne is out right now. I think the politician. Since 6 days, it would be 10. Peaky Blinders season 5. El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie, is coming out. Toon season 1 and season 2. Atypical season 3. End of the Fucking World season 2. The Crown season 3. You season 2. And finally, The Witcher with 97 days when the tweet was made, but considering it was 6 days ago, 91 days until the Witcher series comes out.
That's gonna be okay. So half a year,
There you go.
approximately. Well, not quite
Not
that
even
long, I
close.
guess.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Not yeah, not quite half a year, but
3 months.
um, yeah, 3 months.
So
It's not bad.
December.
It's gonna be
Yeah, it's gonna be a good
sweet.
time.
Like I was definitely interested in the show. It looked really good
Mhm,
when we watched the trailer review there.
mhm. Yeah, the December 17th is when it's coming out. So I'm excited as shit because The Witcher is
Yeah.
a super cool series. I'm gonna get my buddy Colton who loves Witcher. We're gonna probably watch through it together while we do something. Like,
Hmm.
let's hope The Witcher's series looks as amazing as the trailer did,
Yeah.
because that's
'Cause I think
all I
if
want.
I remember correctly, we both gave it like high, like eights or nines or something like that
Yeah,
on
exactly.
the
We gave it some.
link in the description for the review.
There you go. Link in the description for the review. But yeah,
Yeah.
uh, there you go.
No,
Uh,
but then there was a another one. Like I said, as we were talking earlier, I saw. I don't know the full information if you want to kind of bring it up, but I
mm,
saw that Seinfeld is apparently coming to Netflix as well.
that's wait, Seinfeld.
For
Wasn't it already on Netflix?
not to my knowledge.
Seinfeld has found its new friends and The Office. Then if it's new,
Is-
yeah, because they're getting rid of The Office and Friends, right? Yeah, they
I,
both.
I doubt Friends. Friends is one of the most popular shows on Netflix.
It says Friends exiting the platform in 2020, according to this
Oh,
article. So,
oh shit.
yep, there you go. Netflix tweeted Monday morning that all 180 episodes of the iconic '90s show will be coming to Netflix worldwide. So Seinfeld would be coming to the platform in 2021, so not for a while.
2021. Okay, I thought it was 2020 when I first read it, but
Yeah,
yeah, so it's gonna take a while. But
yeah,
I don't know. I watched it a little bit as a kid, so it's not anything I was super stoked about. But kind
hmm
of makes sense since they bought Jerry Seinfeld's Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee.
oh yeah,
So with that popularity of that show, it makes sense they would bring Seinfeld on.
hmm there you go. So I started watching Netflix a lot more recently. I watched the new Family Guy season, season
Mhm.
17. Thought it
Yeah,
was pretty decent. I still go back and I watch the older seasons from time to time just because I'm like
yeah.
bored out of my mind. I'm
It
tired of watching the same fucking Hearthstone videos 18 billion times in a row. Uh,
Yeah, exactly. I still watch it. I've already seen the entire new season completely,
yeah,
but I am rewatching it. I'm not. I don't remember what season I'm on right now, but I'm just kind of. It's just one of those shows that you kind of just put on just to have something on type thing, right?
yeah. It's
So
like when you're playing a video game or getting work done or something like that.
yeah,
I was
exactly.
I was literally doing that while I was at work. Like I was literally doing that while I was at work.
Hmm.
I was just sitting in the back, or what was I doing? I was like scrubbing rust off the wall or some shit. So I just had my Netflix on my phone attached to my headphones, just
Yeah,
like rocking out to it, just doing my work. Because
listening to Family Guy.
there you go. Yeah. So I
That's
started
the same
watching.
thing with. Sorry, that's the same thing with like Brooklyn Nine Nine. I recently rewatched the entire series, and now I'm already rewatching it
There
again.
you go.
It's a good show to kind of just have on. It's interesting.
Yeah, exactly. It's a good show. What else is there? Um, I started watching. All right, my girlfriend and I finished Wu Assassins. Not
Oh, I saw. Yeah.
not too interesting. Like, well,
Mm,
okay, it's interesting, but the story is so fucked up and it's so weird. Like the universe doesn't really make sense and the
hmm.
story doesn't really make sense.
Story world.
Yeah, exactly. So I was just like sitting there, I'm like, what the fuck am I watching right now? This is garbage. Why would I
What about it is daunting because like I saw it on the timeline because obviously it's on like the main page, right? So
Mhm.
it looks interesting.
Yeah.
Uh, what didn't you like about it?
Well, for starters, it was just like everything moves at like such a brisk pace, but like most of the story world doesn't really make sense. It's just like, yeah, there's five warlords with elemental powers. You have to kill them and stuff like that. And
Hmm.
only this person can come to this part of the realm, but then everyone ends up there anyway, and things like that. Or this guy is this old, or something like that, or this. It's just like
It's just
I
confusion.
can't even think of it. It's just such a fucking mess that I'm
Mm,
sitting there and I'm like, I really like this, but it definitely needs more substance. It definitely needs more of a story to it. Otherwise,
mhm.
I'm just sitting there just like, okay, cool. Like some of the action parts are really cool, but some of it just doesn't make any sense. Some of it's just like you're fighting for no fucking reason. So
Mm.
I would say it's
So
like it's 6 out of 10
it
quality. That's all I'll
okay.
say.
So like the story is not all there, but the action is pretty interesting.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair enough.
Yeah, because you get like these elemental powers, and you get like one Wu assassin who has like the faces of 1,000 monks and all of their powers and stuff like that. But he just knows basically a bunch of really good kung fu, and he can use his faces to disguise people.
Mm.
So yeah, that's all that was. What else have I been watching? Wu Assassins is really good. Shit, I'm trying to think of what else is on my list. We finished Brooklyn Nine-Nine season 5. I already said that.
Mhm.
Archer season.
Yeah,
th-
7 or something. Or yeah, I started
yeah,
watching that too. I'm a few episodes in, maybe halfway through the season.
yeah. I like it a lot. I watched season 10. Holy.
Is that the number it's on? Well,
Yeah,
whatever
season
the
10.
most recent season on Netflix is. Yeah.
Yeah, season 10. And I like season 10. Season 10 was really good. Um, not as good as some of the other ones, I think,
Yeah.
but it does still really keep to the formula of what it does right with like the wacky humor and Archer being a badass and shit like that. because I didn't even remember most of the story from it. I was just like, yeah, they're just suddenly in space now, and that's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, exactly. And then Pam's a giant like rock monster type
Hmm.
thing. Like,
Yeah,
okay, they're
I'm like,
just in space. Like,
yeah,
but I guess every season is a new like adventure. Like they've done like Miami Vice. They've done well, the original was just a basic like James Bond style, and like
hmm
each kind of new season is a new style, and it's always interesting.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
Archer's
think,
a really good show.
yeah,
I love the animation style of Archer.
yeah, it's really good, and the voice actor for Archer is really, really underrated in Family Guy.
Bob's
So
Burgers.
yeah, and Bob's Burgers, yeah. So like I felt like he was really underrated, but now he's getting his own spotlight. He's in fucking 3 different awesome TV shows. He's in Bob's Burgers, he's in Family Guy, and he's in Archer.
Oh, I was gonna say what's the other show other than Bob's, but I guess he kind of what he doesn't really show up in Family Guy unless they do like a cutaway or something to
Yeah, exactly. He's just
Bob's
the
Burgers.
yeah.
So
What's
it's technically just the same character, really.
yeah? What's the other one I was watching? Finished watching Mr. Iglesias, Gabriel Iglesias's
Oh, that
show.
show looks that I saw the trailer for it. It looks super flat, like hardcore laugh track. Like it didn't seem like it was that good.
Oh, I thought it was pretty good. I would say it's a solid like I would say it's a solid 7 out of 10. I wouldn't say it's
Mhm.
like too like something that you have to watch. I'd say it's like a good laugh. It's kind of like Family Guy except a lot more wholesome because really Gabe kind of comes across as this person who really doesn't have many flaws other than the fact that he eats fast food and he used to be an alcoholic.
Mhm.
Those are like the only things. Some of the characters can be really, really fucking annoying, but some of the characters are so well written. Like, I hated one of the characters because he played his part so well. Like,
Yeah.
the actor played Hernandez so well. I was like, fuck, if I ever meet you in real life, I'm gonna give you a handshake and punch you with the other hand. Like, you did so fucking good at being Hernandez and stuff like that. And it really speaks a lot about, like, the shit that teachers go through and how, like, things like that. And some of the struggles of being a teenager as well because like
Mhm.
there was one episode where a kid named Lorenzo he didn't know how to explain his feelings about another girl and stuff like that
Yeah.
because to him because to the teachers it looked like the girl was picking on him and he just didn't know what to do but when confronted about it he was just like oh no I really like her like
Uh,
I just don't know what to say and
so
it's
so it has some good themes to it and
yeah.
everything. It's not just a basic like Gabriel Iglesias being silly. Like
Mhm. he
okay.
he is silly and he does crack some pretty good jokes,
Mhm.
but it's a lot more of a learning and more wholesome kind of experience with the laughs. The laughs don't make the story really terrible. There's not really an overarching theme for the most part, other than the fact that these kids in his class want to win the decathlon, like an
Okay.
academic decathlon or whatever.
Mhm.
That's like the main story, but like it does pretty well. Like I'm thinking of the story equation right now. Like uh there's a lot for him at stake here. Like if he can't get these kids up, then all of his kids' futures are ruined and stuff like that.
Explain the story equation for people who don't know what it is.
So the story equation is basically the fundamental principle of a movie. If you don't have a story equation, you basically have no integrity, no substance in your movie basically. It's what the main character kind of strives for. So it involves character, emotional desire, what they're actually physically going for, known as the APQ,
APQ.
and it's all over stakes. So if that equation is filled out,
Stakes being things that would fuck them up or get in their way to slow down their quest.
yeah, exactly, right?
Is the easy way of explaining it.
Yeah, so the main character is of course Gabriel, or Fluffy. You can call him Fluffy.
Fluffy. Yeah.
Fluffy. Yeah, so it's Fluffy, and then you have what is it? The emotional desire is really to just like make the change in these students to make them better. Then the
Mhm.
APQ is to get them to win the decathlon.
Mhm.
And the stakes are if he doesn't do this, then he kind of fails as a teacher and he fails these kids and he lets them down and stuff like that, which is like a huge emotional hit for him.
Mhm.
There's also the stakes of if he slips back into alcoholism, he could really like start messing up real bad and stuff like that. Or if he doesn't like stand up for these kids, then their lives could be fucked up by other teachers and shit like that. So It's a good.
Okay, so there's more substance than what the trailer shows. The trailer shows like I'm being like it's here's a student he made a bad decision, now I'm gonna make a dumb joke about it and laugh track, like that's what it seems like from the trailer.
Yeah, it's
So
not
that's
like.
why I was like, I don't know. So I don't know. Maybe I'll start watching it if it's actually has substance to it.
I think you have to watch like 1 or 2 episodes. It's only 10
Mhm.
episodes long. Like if you watch 1 or 2 episodes and you're like, I could get into this, then keep watching it because it gets better from there, and it gets more and more wholesome, and it's like you really start to like feel the like emotion for one of these characters. You'll usually like attach yourself to one.
Mhm.
One that I attached to was actually the character I hated the most, just because it's like, wow, if you were a dick like this, I would not be as humane as Gabriel is. Not by a fucking long shot. Like, sorry, but I'm gonna be fucking a tyrant. I'm gonna be a dictator for this school. I ain't taking that from nobody. I'm gonna fucking knock your ass down. I'm gonna
Yeah,
take you down a peg. But yeah, I'd say it's a really good show. I'd say it's something that it's like, wow, considering a comedian worked on it, not an actor, a comedian was the
yeah,
star of the show,
exactly.
and it was his kind of like passion project. Yeah, I think that they did a really, really fucking good job.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like. Yeah, exactly. Fluffy's funny. I like all of his stand up and everything like that. But
hmm
yeah, I'd be happy. Yeah, I think you convinced me to at least start it. See what I think.
That's the salesman coming out in me. I already convinced 2 people to get Nintendo Switches when I was at school last semester, so
Awesome sauce.
I'm not that surprised. All right, let's wrap this up. Let's go to the Jane Silent Bob Roadshow. Davis, take it away.
Yeah. So as I said at like the beginning there, if you don't know, I am a pretty big Kevin Smith fan. I've seen almost every one of his movies, but it's not necessarily the fact of his movies that I really like. I like his personality and his style, like his way of going around about things in life.
hmm
Of like just if you have something a passion about it, just kind of start kind of doing it basically, right?
hmm
And he's one of the inspirations behind me wanting to create this podcast in general. So when I found out that the roadshow is coming to Edmonton, I was like, I'm stoked. As long as it's not stupid expensive, I was like, I'm buying a ticket regardless. So
Yeah.
it's looking at. I was just looking at it earlier and looking at about $56 for a ticket.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it's kind of high. I don't know what that entails. If that's just for viewing the movie,
hmm
like, or but I think to my understanding, I think at least Kevin and Jay are gonna like come out on stage and like introduce the movie and talk a little bit.
hmm
But like, I was just looking at the pre-sale for the full VIP experience. It's almost $900,
hmm
and that's to meet Kevin. You get one of his personal jerseys, um, and there's other details that you can get like a selfie with him, that kind of stuff. So there's a lot. So it's like $900. I was like, okay, nope, not doing
So
that.
what I'm hearing is you're gonna go to the casino. You're gonna win. You're gonna put that $56 that you were gonna put for a ticket down on the craps table. You're gonna roll lucky, get $1,000. Then you're gonna go take that,
Yeah,
go buy the ultimate package, and then you're gonna use that extra $100. You're gonna use 10 of it for gas, and then you're gonna use the extra $90 for some food.
for weed.
That's for weed. There you go. Go
For at a
smoke
Kevin
weed.
Smith show.
Yeah, there you go.
Uh,
Who wants
but
some weed on Davis? You see
but yeah,
Davis
so
at the show.
I'm excited. You know what, for $50, I'll put the $50 in, and I'll at least go to the event and see the movie and have a fun time,
Yeah.
even if it's literally just by myself, because I have a few people I might be going with, you included if you want to join.
I will have to definitely take a look at it. Right now, my eyes are focused on Extra Life Game Day 2019.
Yep.
Still gotta get that. Still gotta do the presentations and stuff like that. And Edmonton Expo, which is this Friday through Sunday, which I haven't
Yeah.
even fucking seen yet. So I have to figure that out. I have
I don't know.
to.
I was contemplating wanting to go, but if I'm gonna go, I'd rather spend my money on the Jay and Silent Bob than on the
There you go.
expo, because that's
Yep.
something I'm a little more excited about.
Yeah. All right. I think that's going to do
Yeah.
it for us here at the M3 podcast. Thank you so much for watching and listening. All the links will be down in the description below. Make sure you guys give us a thumbs up and make sure you guys subscribe, and we will see you guys next time.
Yeah, thanks. Sorry it's a little bit shorter, but I have to get going.
Yeah, we were
So-
very crunched on time, so yeah.
A little shorter one, but it was still fun, guys.
Yep.
Talk to you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you for listening, everyone. If you like this podcast, make sure to like and subscribe for more. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter. All the links will be in the description below. Thanks again.